What's going on, guys? How are you today? So today I'm just going to do a little bit on the tanks. It's a bit of a process. I have to fill them all, and obviously I can't just sand it straight away. It's a sand tomorrow job. So I'm going to fill this. I don't think I'll do a hyperlapse on it, but I'll try record and do a bit with one hand and show you guys a bit of technique that I find quite useful. Alright, so here we go. So I just got this cheap multi-purpose filler. The last ones I did, I used Builder's Bog, but this is just something I had. I showed you guys yesterday, it was really watery, so today I've left the lid off it and I've been stirring it through the day. So when I fill my holes, I go like this, one way, and then come back across it the other way. Sorry, the camera was shit there. I just not paying attention. So we go across and then back across. So what this does, see if I can, when you go one way, it pulls the edge out. So when you go back over the other way, it fills that edge. And it's such a simple thing, but it makes such a big difference, I find. So, sorry if my filming is a bit shitty here, guys. This is actually a little bit difficult. I don't know if this is making for boring content, guys, but I know a lot of you guys are really keen on the ply build, so I'm trying to go into as much detail, even though it might not be the best content. But I'll stop this video there and I'll talk to you guys in a minute. So my existing tanks, I told you guys yesterday, these frames are one piece and it was actually cut on the CNC, so these corners are round. So I'm going to try something. I have no idea if it's going to work, but we're going to put that in there like that. I actually don't think this is going to work, but we'll still film it. So I've got a piece of 3mm and I've cut the shape into it. And then kinda. That'll do, I reckon. Oh, that's the. So if I just leave that like that, I'll sand it with a sanding block tomorrow. So the top one might be a little bit harder. I'm not even filming in the right spot. That'll do. It's just so it looks the same as the other ones, really. You're gonna see these lines anyway when I paint it, so. I got all my gear and I was walking out the door. I forgot to tell you guys what's happening. Quickly here before I leave. So, we've got all the holes puttied. You may have noticed in the hyperlapse, I did a couple of times around. I've puttied all the cracks. So, one thing is, because I've used flooring ply, not marine ply, you do get like your cracks and stuff, and you get like your holes in the top. Now, this argument about marine ply, I've had it with a few people. I don't use it. It has a different glue in it, which helps it hold with moisture, and you don't get the knot holes. So I'm filling the knot holes, and if you are getting water into your ply, it doesn't matter if it's marine ply. It could be the cheapest ply down you get down on South Street. Your tank is going to fail because the glue is different. The pine is a higher grade, but the pine is still pine. wood does not like water. Marine ply is not necessary in this situation. Sorry for the rant, but somebody had a go at me for not using marine ply. I must have said it in another video. I didn't even notice, but yes, that is my reason why I'm not using marine ply. Yeah, it's something I was told as an apprentice, and I've never ever bothered with marine ply when it comes to an application where it's completely sealed. Alright, so if it's like a floor that's getting damp every now and then, but enough, not wet, just damp and then dries out, then yes, marine ply would be good. Oh shit guys, look, we've missed a spot. Alright, I'm going to leave this bit here. I'm going to go home. I'm not sure if I'm going to film anything at home, but I probably will, because I feel like this is a boring ass video. I'm trying to get as much content on these as I can, because people always say to me that they want to know how to build them. So I'm really sorry if it is boring videos. Just skip. Don't turn it off. Make sure you get to the end. Maybe just skip the boring bits if you find it a bit boring. But if you're finding it, I want to say entertaining. No, wrong word. If you're finding it educational, that's the one. If you're finding this educational, drop a comment, hit like. Keep me motivated. So these tanks would not be at this stage if it wasn't for YouTube. I'm loving vlogging. I love YouTube, and I love how motivated it gets me. If we can get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna put, obviously then I have the potential to make a little bit of money out of YouTube, and if I do make any money, that means bigger projects, because this YouTube isn't about a profit for me. I'm not trying to do it to like become a millionaire or anything. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers and see if we can get a bit of cash and just put together more projects. I've got a 70 square meter shed. My fish room's only 30 odd square meters. Just think about the potential of that. I do have cars in there, but we could move them. Who knows? We'll just see what happens. I'm rambling now. Alright, I'll see you when we get home. You only get a few seconds, guys. I don't want to get hung up for copyright laws, so that's all you get of that song. So that's going to sound like absolute shit through my phone, but it looked pretty cool on the camera. I was enjoying filming that. So I can only put like, I think it's 8 seconds. I'm going to do some research when I get home. I think I can put under 8 seconds of a song and it's not copyright. So as you guys know, I get carried away with shit. I don't take on a hobby and do half a job. So before fish, I used to be really into my car audio. So my Land Cruiser has a stereo worth almost as much as the Land Cruiser. I've got twin Rockford Fosgate 15s in the back, which are running on 1,000 watts RMS each. We've got focal splits in the front. I'm only running 2 speakers and 2 subs. There's no rear speakers, but there's no need. I spent twice the amount of money on the fronts and did away with the rears. I barely ever crank it anymore, but I still love it. We've got a 10 farad capacitor, and even that struggles a little bit. We get a bit of headlight jitter at night. What have I missed? It's just a Pioneer head unit. The head unit's not that flash. It's got a full Rockford Fosgate wiring kit. We've got a 0 gauge power cable. We've got a bigger alternator. I think that's about it. Yeah, I love good sound. It's gonna sound like shit in the video, but it is crystal clear, and this stereo is over 8 years old and it still cranks, and like I used to punish it, and I don't know how the amps are still alive. My monoblocks are called US Audio. I don't even think they're still around. They were cheap as chips. They're 1,000 watts RMS each, and I think I paid like $200 each for them back in the day, which it used like, that's like 1,000 watt RMS Pioneer amp back in the day was going for $1,000. So I paid 1/5 of that price, and I just don't know how they're still going. The focals on the front are running off an acoustic amp, and that's a 4-channel that's been bridged, and so the speakers I think are running at 100 watts RMS each. Sorry if you know nothing about audio, but it's just something I'm into. I've never talked about it on my vlog, I don't think. I'm not sure, I may have mentioned it, but I'll talk to you about my work radio one day as well if you guys are interested, because my work radio is actually worth more than my radio in my lounge room. I didn't mean for that to happen, but the cabinet speakers that I got, I found a really cheap deal that I couldn't refuse, and I listened to it like 10 hours. Where am I going? Alright guys, I'm about to run into the fucking fence. I listen to my work radio 10 hours a day, so I could justify spending the money. Drop a comment if you're keen to know about it, because I don't want to ramble on about something if nobody's even interested. Alright, so in saying that, I'm going to wrap today's video up here, guys. I'm not going to talk about anything inside. Nothing's changed. We've got loads of fish in the tumblers, just feeding. I don't know, I'm really concentrating on getting those 3 ply tanks done, because those are 3 colony tanks, and I've got the 3 colonies for those tanks. Yes, don't do that, kids. Don't buy fish before you have the tanks. So it's not that I don't have tanks for them. At the moment they're growing out in fry tanks, and they're getting too big, so I need to put the 3 groups into these 3 new tanks, which means I'll get 3 fry tanks freed up. But not only that, once I put those tanks on the far wall, the tanks that go in the middle on the top of the racks, where you guys have probably seen the space where the spiders are, there's 6 tanks to go up there. So in finishing these 3 tanks, I'm actually going to free up 9. I'm going to get 9 fry tanks out of the 3 adult tanks, if that makes sense. Alright, so let's leave it there, guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I'm going to drop it here. I'm getting better at this. Like, I don't know if you saw yesterday's video, I actually pointed at the button. Alright, subscribe. There, now. Woo!